A woman bought a washing machine on a second-hand site, but it led to disaster. As events unfolded, it even solved a serial theft and murder case. It began when Axiou spent $300,000 on a second-hand washing machine, only to find it broken after installation. When Axiou sought after-sales service, the seller had vanished with the money. Realizing she was scammed, Axiou reported it to the police. To her surprise, there were over 100 similar cases recently, and her case wouldn't be processed for 3 months. Determined to help the police solve the case sooner and retrieve her money, Axiou searched for clues on the platform. Her efforts paid off, and she found a lead. Axiou then left a comment warning others not to be deceived. This angered the fraudster, who sent a message saying the washing machine was a lesson for Axiou and to drop it. Faced with a warning, Axiou's words left the fraudster humiliated. Enraged, the fraudster retaliated. Axiou's phone was bombarded with harassing calls, and the fraudster impersonated Axiou's mother to scam her. When this failed, the fraudster escalated, sending more men to harass Axiou. Shocked, Axiou froze, but having just reported to the police, Officer Jin arrived in time to subdue the men. After interrogation, it was revealed that the men found Axiou's address on the platform and had a call record with the fraudster, though the number was encrypted. The trail went cold, and Axiou's phone continued to receive taunts from the fraudster. The fraudster knew Axiou's school, workplace, and awards by heart. Despite her fear, Axiou was determined to fight back, challenging the fraudster to do their worst. The next day, Axiou approached Officer Jin, suggesting they trace the washing machine's delivery to find clues. With the landlord's help, they visited the tenant's home, only to find it vacated without notice. Officer Jin's inspection revealed an out-of-place freezer in the living room. Upon opening it, they were shocked to find a male corpse inside. The case had escalated from fraud to murder. The forensic examination revealed no fingerprints, indicating the killer's cunning. The killer was not only sly and cautious but also twisted, having sold all the victim's belongings, even using the victim's phone to order the fridge. After this ordeal, Axiou was terrified, unable to sleep at night and exhausted during the day, leading to arguments with colleagues. Returning home one evening, she was chilled to find her towels and toiletries scattered, and the kitchen counter covered in leftover food. Hearing a noise from the study, she saw her computer displaying images uncontrollably. Terrified, Axiou called the police, but no fingerprints were found, and the memory card from the door's surveillance camera was missing. With the criminal still at large, Axiou fainted from shock. Axiou awoke in bed, hearing noises from under it. When he cautiously looked under the bed, hands suddenly appeared and grabbed him. Axiou woke up, realizing Lao Jin, worried for his safety, had taken him to the police. Axiou fainted from fright, so Lao Jin took him to the hospital. Once Axiou was fine, Lao Jin left. In the afternoon, Axiou prepared to take a bus home. As soon as he got on, he received a call from the killer demanding 10 million in cash to spare him. Exhausted, Axiou decided to comply, planning to return home at 10 with the cash, keeping his phone off. Meanwhile, Officer Lao Jin couldn't reach Axiou, called the hospital to confirm his discharge, and decided to wait at Axiou's place. Officer Xiao Luo tracked the killer's phone, finding him near Axiou's home. Xiao Luo was about to inform Lao Jin when the killer broke Lao Jin's window. Lao Jin fought with the killer, who seized the chance to drug Lao Jin unconscious. The killer intended to kill him but was deterred by the many cars and pedestrians. Seeing it was nearly 10, the killer rushed to ambush Axiou at home. Just as he was about to enter, Axiou's boss came down the stairs. The boss, aware of Axiou's harassment by a madman and having a soft spot for Axiou, decided to confront the killer. However, he underestimated the killer's ruthlessness and was killed. Meanwhile, Axiou returned home on time, waited for the killer, but he didn't show. Looking up, he noticed hidden cameras on the ceiling. He checked every room, finding cameras everywhere, realizing the killer was always watching him. Looking down, he saw his boss's body, screaming in fright. Suddenly, the door opened, and the killer appeared behind him. Axiou was terrified, and as he tried to stay calm and escape, the killer grabbed his hair and threw him to the ground. Axiou recognized the face. The killer had disguised himself as the camera installer. The killer drugged Axiou unconscious. Meanwhile, Officer Xiao Luo arrived, found Chief Jin still unconscious, and rushed to Axiou's place. Suddenly, a car sped off with the unconscious Axiou inside. Xiao Luo chased after them, calling for backup. Lao Jin, through sheer will, awoke from his unconsciousness. He chased the killer through the streets. Xiao Luo tried to stop the killer but was hit by a lorry at an intersection. Lao Jin rushed to Xiao Luo's car, finding him severely injured and unconscious, and asked bystanders to call an ambulance. He then ran to Axiu's car, but the killer had escaped again. Both were rushed to the hospital. Axiu's injuries were minor. Lao Jin advised Axiu to move temporarily for safety. After some time, Axiu moved to a new place but became more withdrawn, cutting off contact with everyone. Meanwhile, the case was handed to the Major Crimes Unit, but there were no leads. Then, bad news came from the hospital. Xiao Luo succumbed to his injuries. To catch the killer and give justice to Xiao Luo, Lao Jin approached Axiu, knowing he was the only one who had seen the killer. He hoped Axiu could help sketch the killer's portrait. However, Axiu was still traumatized and doubted his ability to do it. On the bus, a few words suddenly spoken by someone triggered Axiu's memories. Indeed, it was exactly the same as the scam she fell for before. At this moment, she thought of the criminal still at large and recalled what he said before escaping. Axiu decided to face it and bring the criminal to justice for the innocent and those who sacrificed for him. She told Lao Jin her plan to use herself as bait to lure the criminal out and catch him. They registered on a second-hand platform, creating a profile of a single girl living alone who often buys second-hand goods. The plan was proceeding smoothly, but they were disappointed each time. After months of persistence, one evening, Axiu prepared to meet as usual. Lao Jin contacted Axiu, saying he was stuck in traffic and might need a bit of time to arrive. While they were on the phone, a car door suddenly opened, startling Axiu. She saw it was the criminal standing before her. He asked if Axiu was there to buy a second-hand computer. Axiu was very nervous, but the call was still connected. The criminal said his sister had an emergency, so he came instead. Lao Jin, hearing this, recognized it as the criminal's usual tactic and rushed to Axiu's location. The sharp criminal noticed Axiu's evasive gaze and seemed to guess her disguise. To stall for time, Axiu asked if she could try it first. The criminal hesitated but agreed, suggesting they go to Axiu's place, and he would wait outside while she tested it. Axiu followed the plan, leading the criminal to the designated spot and called Lao Jin to hurry over. In a critical moment, Axiu wanted to check if the criminal was still outside. As soon as she opened the door, the criminal rushed in and used a sedative to knock her out. The criminal already knew Axiu's identity and planned to inspect her living space. After a round, he realized something was off. This wasn't Axiu's place. When he returned, Axiu was gone. It turned out Axiu had blocked her nose beforehand, avoiding the sedative's effect. However, her call to Lao Jin revealed her location. The criminal broke in through the window, and seeing Axiu's frightened look, he laughed sinisterly. Axiu is trapped with no escape. Only he has seen his face. If Axiu vanishes, it's over. He tells the killer he's not the only one who's seen it, then looks at the camera he set up. The killer's face is captured. Furious, the killer approaches Axiu with a knife. Luckily, Lao Jin arrives, crashes through the glass, and tackles the killer. They fight, and the killer stabs Lao Jin in the abdomen. Injured, Lao Jin is no match and nearly faints. As the crazed killer is about to strike, two loud noises interrupt. Axiu uses a nail gun, but it's not lethal. The nail gun is out of nails. The killer, enraged, charges and knocks Axiu down just as he's about to. As the killer is about to harm Axiu, Lao Jin, with his last strength, grabs the killer and they fall downstairs. The killer sees Lao Jin on him and decides to kill again, but Axiu arrives and grabs the killer's arm. Lao Jin uses all his strength to cover the killer's mouth and nose. With the killer no longer moving, they finally subdue him, ending the ordeal. Lastly, a reminder to all ladies, be cautious when shopping online to avoid scams. Don't believe in things too good to be true. Always prioritize your safety.